When I say the word hacker, you probably imagine someone like this. In an increasingly online world, the term signifies danger and mystery. The media tends to focus on hackers who exploit flaws in security to commit online crimes such as fraud or identity theft. And this image is still what most people think of when they hear the word hacker. What is hacking really? A hack simply means a clunky, ugly fix which nevertheless completes the job at hand. In modern times, this term is often applied to computer hacking, meaning using software or coding to solve technological problems by using creativity to find non-obvious solutions. To better understand hacking and what it means for media, let's take a look at where it all began. The 1960s. While Americans were listening to the Beatles, and home computers were still just a fantasy of the future, the first hackers were beginning to operate at MIT. Students whose lives maniacally revolved around making, using, and improving computing software valued creativity and determination, and affectionately called themselves hackers. It would take some time for hackers to evolve into something that we might recognize today, and it started in the 1980s, with the children of those very students at MIT who used their creativity to revolutionize technology. While Jude Nelson was showing the world what it meant to be an outcast, and comedians like Bill Murray were already making fun of technology.
Start with the digital watches. Tells you the time in numbers. Tells you the exact time to the second, 3:12 and 42 seconds. Who needs to know that stuff? I don't. Watches should have hands. People have hands. Watches should have hands.
Hacking evolved from its humble beginnings into a powerful force capable of making a real impact. These second-generation hackers called themselves phone freaks because one of their primary operations was to tap into the phone system to make free phone calls.
It came in the shape of a free gift in a packet of breakfast cereal.
This guy, right here, the Captain Crunch whistle. And if you glue this hole right here, like this, that's 2600. When you blow the whistle into the phone, a little chink sound, that's the acknowledgement coming in from the other side saying, you're ready to process the call.
Armed with a Captain Crunch whistle, phone freaks could seize control of telephone lines anytime, any place, anywhere.
With their projects increasing in both scale and ambition, technologists were beginning to take notice and started to use the term hacker. As the analog phone network became less and less popular, the golden age of phreaking was coming to an end. But hackers looked to the future and began exploring the wide new frontier of computer networks. The American technology journalist Stephen Levy wrote a book called Hackers: Heroes of the Computer Revolution, which explores the different communities of hackers and their growing popularity, calling hacking a daring symbiosis between man and machine. Early hacking often involved mockery, spectacle, and transgression, its practitioners valuing playfulness, pranking, and cleverness like the fathers of the movement before them.
We're not cavemen! We have technology!
This solidified the image of a hacker as a subversive figure, something that persists even in our media today. Soon, laws such as the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act of 1986 became the weapon of choice to prosecute hackers, whom many saw as a threat to the status quo and even national security. Since these early laws, the U.S. government has tended to criminalize hacking under all circumstances, unwilling to differentiate between criminal activities, playful pursuits, and political causes. When interviewed, two hackers distinguished between builders, often found in free and open source communities, whose lineage goes back to the university communities explored in Levy's book, and breakers, with whom the more subversive hackers identify. These breakers make up an underground network of hackers that value anonymity and use their hacking skills for personal or often political gain. I'm sure many of you have heard of the hacker group Anonymous, But really, this is an umbrella term for a range of distinct and often unconnected digital operations, with the aim of engaging in hacking for the sake of leaking sensitive corporate and government information to the public. Many hackers are concerned with information security and call themselves InfoSec hackers. These hackers are not the sinister figures of TV and movies, but rather use their technological know-how to expose security vulnerabilities, sometimes creating mayhem or even large-scale disruptions to call attention to the importance of securing sensitive information on the internet. As our world becomes increasingly connected and reliant on technology, it is more important than ever to understand hackers, not just their potential for exploitation or evil, but also their role in shaping some of the most powerful forces on the planet today.